Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pathologic 3. Previously, we wrapped up day 9, and now we're moving on to day 10. I'm very excited to see what's in store for us. We're finally in the final act of the game. And, there's still a lot. There's still a lot that needs to be revealed. Many arcs that need to come to, I don't know, an opening or a close. And I'm very interested in finally seeing Aglaya. Anyway, let's get into it. One of these days we'll finish the game. This is the longest Pathologic playthrough in the world you're watching. And we finally made it to day 10. Day 10! Oh, in which the hospital is closed down. So no more vaccines? No more patients? That can't be! You again. Did you ever get a name? I forget, honestly. Irida. So you've chosen to lay yourself completely bare to the inspector. Do you think he's on your side, or is there some other reason for such candor? I think no one is on my side here. The inspector will be back at any moment. He'll ask what happened with Inquisitor Karminski on the 10th day. What will you tell him? That the Stomatons tried to kill him? Is that what's gonna happen today? Ooh, Karminski was obsessed with impossible objects and paid for his curiosity about a street in the atrium. Is he gonna walk the street? No one could have foreseen the consequences of what Karminski did to Victor Kine. Let's go with the street. Wrong. The correct answer is, you don't know what Inquisitor Karminski was doing. Even if you think you do. Even if it seemed like he was being candid with you. That is the truth. You aren't aware of his true mission, so don't mislead anyone. Oh, so he wasn't sent to save the town? Do you have any idea how many towns like that there are in our country? Hundreds, and we only have 17 Inquisitors. Trust me, the inspector cares about the fate of Inquisitor Karminski proportionately to those numbers, and the more you reveal about it, the clearer your own involvement will be. Everything that happened to Karminski, he did to himself. Okay, sounds like something's gonna go down with the Inquisitor today. Oh, I got an achievement. I love Nina like a sister. Begin the 10th day. Oh, our poor hospital. You know, I need to know what the hospital... Holy shit. How's the infection? How is there so much infection today? The diagnosing patients each day would lead up to a big thing, assuming you diagnosed each patient previously correctly. But, if the hospital is just shut down, then does it really not lead to anything? Is it really just a way to town simulator to manage the convenience of getting around town by getting the vaccines to lower infection? Maybe it's Rest in Peace Hospital. Curious that I don't have a thought bubble to go to Rubin's Prospectorium, even though I sent a bunch of people over there. And we have a meeting with Georgi. So much plague. We're gonna have to see what we can do about that first.
Why so jittery, Dankovsky?
Multiple notes. Con, escape, and scribbled note from her respects. Thanks for the blood, Oinon. Don't call me anywhere today. I'm investigating here and there. I'll tell you tomorrow. Fair warning. I may not return. If I don't return, I won't tell you. Brah. Okay, I wonder what he's getting up to. I mean, about now would be, Avatar time for the respects. Note about the escape. Yeah, our escape has been set up. To Daniel, the doctor. Things have fallen into place. I won't say I'm gonna miss your face. We agreed on a special promenade, and I'll tell you straight, the promenade is ready. It's today or never. Come to the place, you know which, if you haven't forgotten it. Forget everything else, though. Leave it all behind. Bad grief. Although it's tempting, it's oh so tempting. I did set up the grand escape. I kind of was hoping this would be left to the last day, and maybe this would be an ending choice to just leave it all behind. Say screw it. But it seems like today's the day, day 10. And honestly, I don't think I want to go along with it. And our last note, letter from Khan, who's still in prison. Dear Bachelor Denkovsky, you have already done so much for me. Without you, I would not be where I am now, and would have wasted myself in absurd gesticulations? And would have wasted myself in absurd gesticulations, which some members of the ruling families are now engaged in. Alas, I am still forced to depend on the imperfect material world, and even my neighbors are not yet able to satisfy all my needs and demands. I ask you for a trifle, in exchange for which you are free to request a reward from my family. I ask you to bring me a microscope today. I am on the threshold of an important discovery. Yes, many scientists made discoveries under lock and key. I ask you to treat my request not as a childish whim. Locked up before your eyes, Casper Kine. At the exit, Grief runs his gang from Eastor's house. Any remaining business would be wise to finish before meeting him. I see. It is time. It's time to run away. Georgi is alive, and he and I have one more conversation ahead. The captive Khan has a modest request. He asked me to bring a microscope. I guess that's of no issue, seeing as the army shut down the hospital, presumably. So no more vaccines? Look at how low my infection is, and look at how dangerous it is. Oh, actually no, I'm looking at the wrong bar. It shoots up today. And a lot by day 11. We could curfew. No. I need contagion. Boat burial. I don't think I ever did this one. Dispose of non-infectious bodies by floating them down the river. Surely we'll go see what scene that sets up. Contagion. Shabnak protection, that's 30. Appeasing the kin. Oh, that's really good. Minus 100 contagion. And I could do training orderlies. But I've spent my resources. That's a little bit better. I mean, I guess I'll fight the Shabnak today. That'll lower contagion as well. We'll manage today. Weird that there's no rioting. No riots. Is this? Okay. Anything going on down... Ruben, hi.
Funny joke, said the wolf to the trap. Now let go of my paw.
I've come to look you in the eye, and you're not even averting them. I can't even see a single drop of shame in them. How's that, Denkovsky? Tell me, how can this be happening? Are you upset that Lara's dead? You came to me yesterday about it, and I've decided to move on to the future without saving her. You seem to be on edge, Ruben. What's happened? And he has the nerve to ask. You're a phenomenal creature, Denkovsky. Do you really not care about people at all? The changeling has killed Lara. Why is she still walking free? Why haven't you done anything? Do you really not give a damn? Do you think I'm not mourning Lara? Trust me, I've done everything I could. Absolutely everything. Lara can no longer be saved, but letting her murderer go free is blasphemy. Desecration of her memory. What do you suggest? Killing the changeling by laying on hands? An eye for an eye? A life for a life? No. Yes. I don't know. Neither do I, Ruben. I don't know either. I've made my mind. I'm leaving. Where to? I I can no longer work at the hospital. I can't see you every day, pretending nothing's happened, pretending the changeling hasn't killed Lara. You weren't much help anyway. I hope you feel better, Ruben. Take care. Revenge or justice? Ruben accuses me of letting the changeling escape punishment for Lara's death. Has he tried to punish the sea or the steppe? Okay, so because Lara died, we lose out on Ruben, but does it matter? Because he really wasn't doing all that much. I thought that inviting Ruben to the hospital, that he would maybe diagnose a patient for me. Or I thought maybe, like, at the beginning, Yakov might try to diagnose a patient for me, and I'd have to gamble on whether or not they were correct or not, just to save some time. But that never really happened. Okay, I don't need my charge. Only matches? No one's here. Where's Eva?
There'll be no deaths while you're with us, right?
Sometimes, I try to picture how it all ends, and I can't accept that there's only one ending. So many possibilities, yet all of them have to pass through the eye of a needle. It feels like such a meager thought. Somehow. It's like someone's trying to force an ending on me. One that isn't the one that should be. You can feel the world flicker, can't you? How sometimes you can walk both sides of a street at once. I think it should be the same with the great decisions. Then what gives them value? What gives them weight, if everything can be redone? Can you dance? A little, just waltz, and even that without love. They say Simon danced splendidly in his youth. A dance isn't just the body's grace, it's the mind's grace. And you still haven't learned to think like a dancer, Daniel. Forgive me, this isn't exactly the time for dancing. I'm serious, you know. A dancer is light, and not afraid to move in circles. What matters to him is how every figure in the hall moves, not the exact point where he stops. Like the smallest particles of matter, they're in a constant dance, too. Simon, sometimes it feels like he was made of a different matter than I am. That's not true, and when you really begin to feel Simon's path, you'll know that. I'm no longer sure I even want that. Okay, another conversation.
There is no death.
Daniel, wait. You really do know about, well, death? Why are you giving me this strange look? You know damn it, you know that to defeat your enemy, you must look him in the face, right? Lift your visor and look him straight in the eye, if you're a knight. Why are you asking me this, Eva? I'm scared. This conversation unsettles me. You're hinting at something between the lines. Death doesn't exist, Daniel. I truly do believe that. Eva, give me your hand. Did you want to talk about something? I did, but not with words. What is it? The fact that death doesn't exist. I don't understand, but I see I won't get anything else out of you. Eva, please. I already get enough lessons from everybody else in this town. I don't need another lesson from you. Not this way. Are you just talking about the kin decorations? Wait. Oh, what? Eva, I was just talking to you! My decision echoes in the future. How did I let this happen? She jumped. She was serious. Eva claimed there was no death. It seems she truly believed it. Eva took her own life. If only there were a way to fix this. What is this tied to? There's three things. Eva is dead in the past? Eva's permanently dead? The escape from town has failed and is impossible. Wait, what does that have to do with... Oh no, that's the wrong thing. The soul of the cathedral. Eva is dead in the present. Eva is dead permanently? Even if I go back? That can't be. That can't be. The entire game I've been able to redo everything and save everyone. And now I can't do it for the one person? Oh god, the one person who quite possibly matters the most to Daniel? The one person who's always been there for me and always offered me warmth and comfort and safety. They say that in the second of falling, the roof jumpers always regret that they jumped. This way is for those who have no life left in them at all, or for superhumans. Poor girl, how did this happen? Some say Eva was in love with a man who didn't notice her feelings, that she grew tired of living with no hope. Others say she wanted to give her soul to the cathedral. I just realized I can't save the bowl now. Wasn't there a thought bubble that said if I go back to the previous day I can tell Eva to not let the bowl out? If she's dead across every possible timeline, then I've lost the bowl too? Anyway. Others say she wanted to give her soul to the cathedral. It was never consecrated, you know. It's just standing here empty. Or that was her fate. I think it was just her time. The hour has struck her chest through. What a load of nonsense. Eva was about faith and hope, not love. We'll never know now. That's the horror of it, isn't it? A woman is gone. She'll never tell anything now. So fragile she was, almost transparent, but she hardly broke at all. No matter, I know how to save her. She was still alive yesterday. She will tell me what was torturing her. I don't think so, Daniel. I need to ask the Inquisitor. Yeah, the bull got eaten. And I decided to move on because it seemed like something interesting might happen with the bull being eaten storyline. Heron, did Eva pass by you? What brings you here, Doctor? Trouble with the decrees again? No, nothing about Eva. No problem. Tell me, Heron, why are there so many mirrors here? As you are well aware, Karminski devotes much of his time to the study of impossible objects. One of these, the so-called polyhedron, incorporates mirrors into its structure. Consequently, the properties of mirrors are of interest to the Inquisitor. But we are not in the polyhedron, we are in the cathedral. Indeed, the Inquisitor is assisted in his research by Maria Kaina. Today, she said that the mirrors installed in the cathedral can only be broken by the one for whom they were placed. The cathedral itself decides who may shatter them and who may not. A curious phenomenon, Karminski immediately ordered the mirrors to be installed, yet he himself cannot break them, although their presence here is entirely the result of his own will. Are you certain you're not mistaken? Maria helping Karminski? She despises him. He destroyed her father's mind. On a human level, Maria Kaina certainly has reasons to resent the Inquisition. Her father suffered grievously, but experience shows that she has risen above this. Reasonable people are guided not by feelings, but by the prospects that open before them. Polish the mirrors to your heart's consent, Herod. I hope you find your new duties to your liking. So this? It feels like he's building a... Is this what's been happening? I remember this showed up one day, and I was like, was that always there? But he's assembling more and more mirrors hanging from the cathedral? And I'm feeling like it's polyhedron shaped. He does like his impossible objects. There aren't any other mirrors in here, right? Oh no, there are mirrors in here. Are they for me? It won't break. Who are they for? No, these are the mirrors he was talking about. You know what I haven't done? I'm so sorry to disappoint everyone, but for way more than 10 episodes, I've never even gone up here in the cathedral. Or taken a real good look around. I thought maybe there would be mirrors up here, but it seems not. I've always been so concerned with the time. That's how Eva got up there. That I'd never even even consider looking around. No, cathedral face? What is that? Is that just gears? I think that's just gears over there. Hold on, we're looking around. We have time. Is it just gears? It looked kind of like a statue from a distance. My eyesight isn't the best. It is just gears for the clock. All by one rope? It's like a big puppet. Yeah, I don't remember when this showed up. Or if it's been growing or whatever. Okay, let's continue. And does anybody else care that Eva's dead? Is anyone gonna talk to me about that?
This is it.
Alright, is this our last meeting?
A life led with purpose never ends in death. Death only comes to those who live pointlessly.
Good day, Bachelor. Do you believe yourself ready for today's lesson? Probably. I do not. You did not, after all, visit the focus on the 9th day, on the day when the soul takes its leave of the world. No, I did not, because I was told that I shouldn't have visited it on the 2nd day, so I figured I had to reset that first. So, no, I did not. Then I have no words that you will be able to hear. It displeases me as well, but the lesson is cancelled. So it mattered so much that I went to Simon's study yesterday? I'll keep it in mind. The judge regretfully declined our meeting. I didn't understand something. I didn't understand something yesterday. Okay, looks like we're running out of more and more things to do. Because I'm failing everything. Yeah, I thought I had to first go back to day 2, reset that quest, and then visit on day 9. Maybe I could have visited on day 9 anyway, even though I visited it on day 2? But, like, I genuinely don't have the amalgam to go back to day 2 and then back to day 9. Like, that's just crazy. I have to spend forever working on building that up. Surely I can still go inside, right? Oh. Oh god. Go away. The hospital doesn't look all that shut down. Where's Yakov? He's sitting down.
I like our pantomimes, you know. Mark Immortal often lets the audience in for free.
Number 15 died yesterday. My day off is ruined. My condolences on the loss of your day off. Make a note. I'm requisitioning my microscope. Requisition it? Please. What's it to me? State property isn't something I ache over. I hope I'll bring it back later. Yoink.
Where the wind moans, misfortune follows.
Hello, Doctor. Today we have... What's the opposite of a full house in a theater? And this is what we have. The opposite. We have no patients. At least not the ones who would have the plague that didn't immediately kill them. How do we make today's vaccine? But there are some patients, at least. Yes, it turns out that your only patient for today is yours truly. I already filled in the profile. I noticed his eyes were red, and I was... Oh, no! Oh, Yakov caught the sandfest. How did you manage to contract the plague, Yakov? Our one patient for today, our final patient. What the fuck? What the fuck, day 10? No, I've had enough of it already. Self-taught doctor, 10th day of the plague, lives in the marrow. Yakov Little, age 26. Well,
Wherever a wise man drowns, a fool walks dry.
day 10 was just punches in the gut. I'm so sorry, Doctor. So much work to do, and I slipped. I feel terrible letting you down like this. Do not reproach yourself, Yakov. You have done so much for the hospital these days, for people and for me. You have more than earned a respite. We both know, Doctor, that is a respite no one comes back from. I'm not resting, not just yet. As long as my legs hold me up, I'm working. I'll allow you to work, if that makes it easier for you. Thank you, Doctor. I want to be useful right to the very end. If work isn't a cure, surely it is an anesthetic. Are you certain it is the plague? Did the test confirm it? Of course. I test our orderlies daily. They walk the infected districts all the time. Even with masks, there's no guarantee. But I go nowhere. So, I neglected to test myself for a couple of days. Today I did, and there it was, positive. Maybe I can go a couple days back and be like, start testing yourself, Yakov. Or just tell him to be more careful or something. I still cannot believe it. Oh, I believed it straight away. I was even glad. You know what I mean. 3 hours since the test, and no ulcers. That means a second diagnosis is in place. My blood could be used to make a vaccine. So nothing has changed. Really, I'm just on the wrong side of the screen now. The screen can wait. Let's talk about your symptoms first. Can you list any? Slight shortness of breath. I noted it in my chart, just in case. But it might be my imagination. I might have been exposed to some chemicals here or developed an allergy. I mean, I'm here around the clock. I sleep here too. It's no use going all the way home for 2 hours of sleep. Damn, I just took the microscope. Yakov, you need a proper examination. Shortness of breath. Was he always this thin? With this job, you'd lose weight without any diagnosis. Still, rapid weight loss is alarming. Dystrophy, then? Some kind of skin symptoms just starting to manifest. Easy to make a mistake at such an early stage. What do I check off for that? You know, I thought that we would diagnose a bound at some points. I just didn't think it would be Yakov. So something on the skin. I forget. What was up here? Weight loss. Shortness of breath. Where's dystrophy? Shortness of breath. Difficulty breathing, I suppose. And something with the skin, I don't know what to select for that. Maybe I'll do rash and we'll see if he says anything. He also said I could maybe not worry about difficulty of breathing, but we'll see.
Simon spoke to everyone, even me.
I have come to realize being a patient is a job in itself, the labor of idleness, and I never expected doing nothing to be such exhausting work. Then let us take a break from it and do something useful, like discuss your symptoms. I had a dream, Doctor, just the other day. I was answering your questions. It was an exam. One that would allow me to become a real doctor, not the amateur that I am. They say dreams hold truth, and here I am answering your questions. Yet this is a different sort of test, isn't it? Let us not succumb to sentimentality. Now is not the time. I just hope the vaccine is ready in time. You have notable I'd selected the wrong thing for the skin then. It's not addressing rash. You have noticeably lost weight in mere days. Have I? I suppose I haven't had time to sit down for a meal. But you're right, Doctor. My clothes hang loose on me now, and they were a perfect fit just a week ago. I chose my best suit for this post. I wanted to look the part. Okay, may or may not be a symptom. I don't know how to say this. Your sclerae or bloodshot? Bloodshot. Your sclerae or bloodshot? Have you rubbed your eyes while handling test reagents? I don't think so. No. I've been reading reference books late into the night. I have so much to catch up on. The print is so fine. Sometimes the lines seem to bleed together. My eyes feel strained, Doctor. I thought it was due to the lack of sleep, but maybe my eyesight's declining. So maybe visual impairment? I could maybe get rid of dystrophy. I could maybe get rid of difficulty breathing. He needs to address the skin thing. But I'm not sure what to check for that. Okay, skin redness worked. The skin lesions on your hands, are they chronic or new? No, definitely not chronic. I've never suffered any skin conditions. I noticed these patches while searching for the plague ulcers. I've seen enough of those to know these are different, but I'm not sure what they are, so I'm waiting for your verdict. You must have contracted your concurrent condition here at the hospital, just as you did the plague. You mean I should check my memory? Did I see these signs in others? You're right. There was one man with similar skin lesions, on his lips too. He died before you had a chance to examine him. Should I write his symptoms in my chart? No, only what manifests in you belongs in your chart, but similar conditions should be taken into consideration when establishing the diagnosis. We've already examined every inch of me. At this moment, there's nothing more to find. Not until the disease advances. Do not waste your time. Doctor, may I say one last thing before we say goodbye? Yes, say it. Leave this town, Doctor. You must leave immediately. What? I'm done now, but I'm expandable. Unlike you. You are a great mind. You have a proper laboratory in the capital. With much smarter assistants, you can make a big breakthrough there. You can't defeat the plague here, but no matter. You will calculate it all on paper without putting yourself to risk. and ensure it never returns. I never expected to hear these words from you. If everyone who works in this hospital dies, all our efforts will be for nothing. Everything we learned, every method we tried, it will all be forgotten, but it can all be useful. For science, for people. All people, not just this town. There is logic in your words. I will think of it. Oh dear God. He's telling me to leave. Like, he said he could have visual impairment. And to also, I think let's give it a dystrophy. I feel like there's a very good case that he's been working here, what, 22 hours nonstop, 10 days, well, like 7 days. And he hasn't been eating as well, so surely this isn't a symptom of whatever disease he caught. He also mentioned he could have inhaled something or developed an allergy, so maybe it wasn't difficulty breathing. No way he has Twirine syndrome or measles. The patient he caught this disease from was a patient I never treated, so it's not like I can compare people I already treated. If we check visual impairment, that doesn't... This is a tough one. And, like, the risk groups and the way the diseases are contracted doesn't help me because he's been here around all kinds of other people. What was the 4 things? Dystrophy, red eyes, skin redness, difficulty breathing. How did it look before I checked skin redness? Serpent syndrome. Lip lesions? He did say that there were lip lesions on the other guy. There's lesions on his face. Diarrhea, dystrophy, lip lesions, visual impairment. That would line up with that as well. Serpent syndrome, it is Yakov. And that's it. Why does it say I have 2 patients today?
Migraine. Ah, yes. This is migraine.
Yakov. He did make one final plea, which was to leave the town. I'll consider it. We're going to do everything else first, though. Let's go see what Khan wanted my microscope for. I see it. Let me out. Also, what about the people I sent over to Ruben's Prospectorium? Was I supposed to go there, come here on the same day? I thought I would end up coming here... Like, I swear to God, the people who ate Basio, I told them to come here to this warehouse. Maybe I was supposed to go there yesterday then. Hi Con, I brought a microscope. What do you need it for?
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
You made it. I was afraid my message wouldn't catch you. There's such turmoil outside. First the Inquisitor, yesterday the soldiers, and today who knows what. Thank you for finding the time. You've piqued my curiosity. Why do you suddenly need a microscope? Uncle Simon understood optics broadly, as a science of points of view. Here, in captivity, I, at first against my will, shifted the vantage from which I see the world. Shifted so strongly that you chose not to leave the cage at all, I remember. It was the right choice, and now I can finally attend to what used to escape my gaze. Remember how it started? The Soul and a Halves blamed Grunky, said he meant to steal their little lanterns. I took the punishment on myself, and in the end, I stared at that colored light every day. Decided to study diffraction and interference in your spare time? I recalled something. When I was small, Uncle Simon kept constructing optical systems, one after another, all different. He used to laugh that he meant to defeat the dictatorship of the eye. And now, sorting through fragments of that memory, I suspect he was groping toward the principles the tower was built upon. What do you mean, the dictatorship of the eye? That the eye gets in the way of seeing. Its design outlines the limits of our vision. There are plenty of instruments that solve it, but only in part. Spectacles, loupes, microscopes, telescopes. But that still isn't enough to cross the threshold of sight for real. So Simon was deeply interested in optics? Yes, before. He even ground and polished lenses himself. But I don't know how, so I'm asking you for the microscope's lenses, for my optical system. I've put something together, out of the little lanterns here, and walnut shells. It may strike you as childish, but I'm trying to copy what Uncle Simon used to do. I'm missing only a strong lens. What is it you actually want to see? You know how precious nuts are in children's games? Uncle Simon shared that sense of value. Perhaps he taught it to the town's children long before my birth. I wouldn't be surprised. They say walnut shells have properties that let you fashion a focus from it, both a place and a connection. I want to light it with colored light through the lens and try to grasp something. Anything. So you're after the principles by which the focus is organized. Curious. Alright, take the microscope. But be careful. Thank you, Dr. Dinkowski. I knew you would support me. You're a true scholar. Will you stay and watch the experiments? I'm nearly ready. I just need to mount the lens. Yes, I'll stay. What did he make? Is it... Khan? Oh. What? Okay, I guess, keeping Khan trapped in the cage really paid out, because I feel like only Simon would be able to take me here. Or Simon's will. And he has been spending a long time getting closer and closer to Simon and understanding him. Wait, do I have infinite... Can I break this off for amalgam right now? Because I could really use that.
Looks like I'm the last of the Canes willing to tend to the real world now.
So, this is how true blindness feels. Do you think we've actually gone blind? You did this? How did you manage it? Uncle Simon said blindness is a process. Blindness is when you don't control what your eyes do, or don't see. And I was hoping to see the polyhedron. But now I can't see anything at all. Still, for some reason, it feels like we're backstage at the theater. Is that so? No, this is somewhere else entirely. It's frightening, touching the wrong side of the material world. But I did it, didn't I? Do you think Uncle Simon would be proud of me? Oh, he surely would have been. I don't even know if it's right or wrong that I can't see anything, but I perceive things differently now. It's hard to explain. You know, I think Uncle Simon went somewhere like this, into the impenetrable darkness behind the mirrors. I've been in this room before. Yes, this place, this darkness, recognizes you. But how? How did you do it? Did you build an optical system too? Something like that. Finally, everything fits. So simple, so obvious after the fact. Uncle Simon said truth is sought like feeling your way through a dark room. People always reach for the light, and only if it happens to blind you. By accident. Did you get a chance to understand anything at all? You've clearly had a flash of insight, but I can't keep up with your train of thought. Grunky, poor Grunky, reached for the light, the soul and a half's little lanterns, and that light, in the end, led me into darkness. I still don't understand much, but I'm sure of this. I found the path by touch, and I touched something most important. And I will never let that important thing slip again, whether I'm in the polyhedron or in the cage at the warehouses. The difference isn't as great as it seems in the light. I'm glad for you, truly, and still, I'm going to look for a way out of here. Free amalgam!
Superstition.
Free amalgam!
Real.
Free amalgam! Pay no... damn it. Pay no mind to me smashing mirrors around you, Khan. Also, where's Notkin? Oh, we're back. Are you still blind?
What do people become when they grow up? Think about it.
How bright and sharp everything is. Unbelievable. Here in the material world, how quickly it seems can one break the habit of the dictatorship of the eye. You can see? Your sight's back? Alright, look at my finger. Everything's alright, Dr. Denkovsky. Exactly like when a light suddenly comes on in a dark room. Don't worry. Oh, no, do worry. The microscope cracked. Forgive me. Perhaps it was worth the microscope. An experiment always involves risk. You think so too? Wonderful. But let me try to repair it. It may not happen right away, but I know a little bit about optics. I'll try. I've still got to live out the hours in the cage somehow. Even now you won't leave the cage? Now? Especially not. I only crossed the boundary by bracing myself against limits, without the polyhedron's magic, without Uncle Simon carrying me. I did it myself, do you understand? All by myself. When I hardly had anything, only a nut, some little lanterns, and your microscope I begged for. A little farther, and I won't even need that. I know you won't stop now. Take care of yourself, alright? Dream or delusion? One way or another, Khan and I returned from our brief journeys. The microscope is broken. Miracles. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Where is Notkin? Whoa! The tiny scope blew up. How'd you do that, huh? You just looked at it, and it went kaboom. Alright, tell me what you saw. You involuntary witness to the experiment. Were we gone long? How much time passed? What time, mister? Who was gone? Everyone was here. Please, that was... woo. You were blathering and blathering with Khan, then you gave the tiny scope a look, and kabloom! So you didn't notice anything at all? To you, we were just standing here the whole time. Remarkable. Wait, that's like reminiscent of what Victor was doing at Nina's statue on day 5. That's... what? Okay. I guess I'll return to the Stillwater, fight the Shabnak, and then we're gonna leave. Lara's dead, and I'm sure something would have happened with Ruben, but he's mad that Lara's dead, so he's leaving. And Georgi refuses to talk to me because I didn't want to time travel back to day 2 just yet. Where's their bonfire? Over here. Okay. I don't know if you're the fake or not. You don't seem fake. That was the fake. Oh, I saw the blue flames too late. That was the first time I've ever seen the blue flames. I was confused.
I've delayed death
Let me go.
like a true scientist.
Number 33. No? Wait, what? Insufficient? What do you mean insufficient? Wait, no, I diagnosed him correctly. Doctor reporting. I'm feeling a bit better already. I try not to waste time and use it while I can for work. Don't scold me for this. We both know that the time allotted to me is short, and it's more pleasant to go to the grave with a sense of duty fulfilled, since not going is impossible. Still your assistant, Yakov Little. I'm confused. We correctly diagnosed him. Yakov was supposed to be my only patient today. But I didn't diagnose everyone? Could this be a bug, or is there something I missed at the hospital? Is anyone else even here? There is a second portrait there in the corner. Who are you? Yakov is still here.
Don't be mad that they lied to you, Doctor, sir. Respect begets fear.
Oh. You're back, Doctor. Then we can still do it. I think we can. I have found the second patient. It means that we have the necessary minimum for the vaccine. Brilliant news. Give me the details. The patient is Kira, a woman of learning. She arrived on her own accord. Not as a patient, though, as a petitioner. She said she had some business with you. I noticed she had a fever and took a blood sample on the off chance. And yes, she has the plague. Take a break, Yakov, for your own sake. I'll take it from here. So you're the last patient. Red eyes, maybe pallor? I always prefer the logical approach. No emotions, no bias. Nothing but analysis and hypothesis, which are then proved or disproved. Do you agree? It's not every day that I meet a patient who sees eye to eye with me. I have to admit, I didn't expect to become a patient. I've just been diagnosed with sandpest thanks to your assistant. It's all so sudden. I had a somewhat different issue in mind when I walked into your hospital. What brings you to the hospital, then? I am a teacher in a private house. My employer, Stakoviak, provides room and board. I arrived 6 months ago. A town that didn't have a school piqued my curiosity. I realized that I am a stranger. I am likely to misjudge the current events. I don't always trust my judgment about local happenings either. So, when the epidemic started, my employer was anxious, like everyone else. He checked himself and the kids for symptoms, took the necessary precautions, stocked up on medicine, and then he just relaxed for no reason. Please carry on, I'm listening. All of a sudden, he started saying that the plague will pass over our house. At first I thought he was just reassuring himself, but he sold all the medicine. Not because he needed the money. We are well provided for, even now. My employer is a wealthy man. Yes, this sounds suspicious. I asked him why he was so unconcerned about the plague. Well, not exactly. No point in keeping up appearances. I started moralizing, showing off my humble knowledge of biology, trying to persuade him that the threat persists. This riled him up. You had a fight with your employer? In the heat of the town, No. In the heat of the moment, he said that had I not been such an arrogant know-it-all, I could have strolled through the infected quarters that very evening without fear of contagion. Stakoviak implied that he was going to teach me, but I'd proved to be unworthy. Were those his exact words? Strolled through the infected quarters. Dr. Denkovsky, take the children away from his house. I know it's in your power. I have no idea what Stakoviak Oviak. I have no idea what Stokoviak is up to. I missed my chance to find out, but I'm convinced it's something dangerous. He's risking his own life, at best, or at worst. It's likely that he put his trust in some folk remedy. Stokoviak is a grown man, master of his own life, but there are children in his house. I cannot leave it to chance. If you won't help, I'll bring it up with the military or the Inquisitor. I just thought I should come to you first. You've come to the right man. I'll find out what's going on with your employer. This is my best interests. This is in my best interests. Thank you very much. I was counting on your support. In any case, I should examine you first. How long have you been feverish? Oh, patients with intercurrent diseases. I've heard about your method. Do you think it's possible that I'm not one of them? That I got sandpest recently and will die in 5 hours like everyone else? Kira, you are my last chance. And the entire town's. If you do not have intercurrent diseases, we won't have a vaccine tomorrow. So, if your assistance is mistaken, the town is doomed? This is terrible. Concerning the fever, I've had it since morning. Let's start marking things down. Fever and eyes. Where is fever? Right there. I need to examine you. The sooner the better. We need to make sure that we can make a vaccine with your blood. Skin redness. Skin on her hands is inflamed too. The skin on her body, hands, and face all affected by the same thing? Just fair skin? Or sign of illness? Spots. Same on her face, it seems. Are we gonna do measles again? She works with kids. That's a kid disease. Skin redness. Was that it? Wait, was that it? I think so. Just red spots all over her body. How are the children doing? I don't care if they steal sweets and forget to brush their teeth, as long as nothing worse happens to them. Let's focus on your personal story. May I ask you some questions? Sure, go ahead. Though I wouldn't want you to waste your time on me when you could be helping the children. You have a rash on your face and body. Is it itchy? When did it appear? Before the epidemic, I think. I have allergies, and the local grasses blossom all at once. Come fall, I'm sure the pollen did it. Didn't you say you arrived 6 months ago? You're spending fall in town for the first time. You cannot know for sure how your body reacts to the blossoming steppe. Sure, strictly speaking, you are right. I suspect this is an allergy, but I cannot be sure. Your eyes are red. Another allergy? My eyes? I barely slept these past days, thinking of a way to save the children. I guess that's the reason. Are you short of breath, or is this my imagination? I've had this problem since I was young. When I get very anxious, I might have trouble breathing. I read about this. This is a common condition. More psychological than somatic. Am I wrong? You're saying this is a typical reaction? Then it's not a symptom, I guess. I'm so used to the shortness of breath when I'm nervous that I didn't even pay attention. Great. Great, I'm confused. What about investigating her place? Wait, where is her place? Over here? Kira asked me to find out if her students are in danger. We're gonna go do that. I feel like Kira is one of those quests where you investigate her home, but usually those quests are because people are being holding from me. But I think this is that same type of quest, just we're being given it in a different avenue. So let's go to her home first. Our lanterns, they're always so beautiful. Where does it want me to go? This building. Hello, children. Trees have leaves, bees have knees, locks have keys, and dogs have also knees. No, repetitions are stupid. That's not how you make rhymes. Fleas. Trees have leaves, bees have knees, locks have keys, and dogs have fleas. It's funny, but insulting. Ew, dogs are clever. They don't have fleas. Kira said the clever ones are going to be just fine. Actually, Kira sent me here. She says hi. Are the grown-ups around? Everyone is grown up except me. I'm the youngest. What do you need the grown-ups for, mister? I want to play a game with them. It's called Doctor and Patient. So far, we've only managed to play hide and seek. Ooh, play a game? Why don't you play with us? Should we tell him? What if he should know? He is Kira's friend. Tell him right away? No siree. Didn't you say that not having adults around was no fun? He is a grown-up. Let's keep him. Not till the end of time, I hope. Oh, this is gonna be a new game. Let's play. When we're done, you will tell me where I can find your grown-ups. I have an idea. Let's play the guessing game. You should guess what our favorite game is right now. If you do, we'll tell about grown-ups. And if I guess wrong, then you're a dummy, and not Kira's friend. Our Kira wouldn't make friends with dummies. Guessing games make me nervous too. What if I'm a wrong guess and everyone sees it? Still, I do play. But first, I share my guesses with my doll. She gives me hints. She can give you hints too. She's very kind. You may talk to her. I allow it. You're being difficult, Pinprick. Let's give him a hint, just to play fair. Please give me a hint. The answer is not in your head. Take a look around. Don't go upstairs, that's the grown-ups floor. We're not allowed to play there, or touch adult things. Downstairs, though, you can search beyond our room. Well, that's one fat hint. Also, share your guess with my doll first. I always guess right when I share. If you are a wrong guess, I won't laugh at you. Kira says it's okay if you don't know something, but it's not okay if you don't even try to find out. Thank you, this makes me less nervous about making a fool of myself. I have to guess their favorite game by examining the floor. Have the stitches healed? You have a good doctor. If you become intercurrent, come see me. Hello, Kiesel. I certainly wasn't allowed to keep a ball in bed. Mine was tidier in childhood. Perhaps that's why I didn't grow up to be the strongest and most agile adult. Should have slept hugging a ball. What's this? According to the label, the beetles help with headaches. It's a box of beetles. Stakoviak gave the pill box to the children. But where are their thoughts from the box? There's a paper bowl there. A kind drawing. Maybe I should draw something at the Stillwater. She'll be an artist. Expressionism? Let me take a look around. Kitchen? Something's over here. Bowls. They like bowls. Who's the fifth? An adult? One cup is different from the others. The children have their own dishes. Children mustn't drink from the same dishes as adults. The rules were don't go upstairs. I can't go that way. That's an exit. I guess let me guess. That's what the doll's here for. What's their favorite game? That's what I'm trying to guess, right? Oh, concentrate. Hello, doll. Oh, I can tell by your face that I haven't searched the house thoroughly enough. Look around the first floor, but not just the children's room. Did I really not? What about this bed? She probably feels cramped in the city. The step would be safer now. This is where Lutok sleeps. Having fun and asking riddles, the children aren't worried about anything. They won't tell where the adults are without the answer. Oh, there's a note there. Excuse me, children, I've got stuck. Handbook of all diseases in the world. Red chest eater. Symptoms. Red slime. Must be spat out. Weakness. Slime devours the patient. It seems that their favorite game is being a doctor and running a hospital and diagnosing patients. I think I have a guess. Will you be my conversation partner for a brainstorming session? Remind me, if you would, what I've seen. An impressively meticulous medical journal. Playing doctor involves patience. It's a game for everyone. What could be better than playing doctor? That must be the answer. Let's think about the other options first. Frankly, anything is better. I should think more. Other toys, like the charming little bull, for instance. The answer might lie in the plot of such a story. Your favorite game is playing with toys. No, I need to think this more through. A ball, right in the bed, no less. Along with the neighbor's windows, Auntie's favorite vase? Let's say it's active games, I'll go with that. Or am I missing something? I think there was something else. Beetles in a medicine box. Cute drawings. Children's cups in the dining room. Beetles in a medicine box? Does the box symbolize a house for the Beatles? Or is there something else here? Children's cups in the dining room. Even this tableware is special. A lot in this house is arranged for children. An adult cup has found its way among the children's ones. Should I mention the cups, a game of restaurant, or home tea party? Or am I grasping at straws? Cute drawings? Maybe the game isn't quite a game, but drawing. Let's say they play something related to drawing, I'll go with that. Or am I overthinking it? Something step-related, I confess. I didn't quite understand what. They pride themselves on knowing a special secret game, is that it? Secret step games, step secrets in children's games. Well, I'm just whispering my idea to the doll first. I'm not deciding yet. Right? I think I want to go with the doctor game. Or have I gotten used to looking for traces of step everywhere? Time to settle on an answer. Playing with toys? Active games? What could be better than playing doctor? That must be the answer. Uh-oh. Did I miss a hint somewhere? There were a lot of bulls. There's a lot more bulls than there is other stuff. Maybe it was some kind of step game. Our guest will play the guessing game. He will. Tell us, what's our favorite game? Our guest will play the guessing game. He will. Tell us what our favorite game is right now. Listen, he is Kira's friend, Nurher. Kira's always keen to play with us. Don't worry, mister. I am keeping my fingers crossed for you. Hi. You're probably playing Doctor, like me. That is Safka's favorite game. He cured Jelly, our little bull. Did you see the jelly? I just don't get why Safka said the bull was sick to start with. Safka is the only one who enjoys all this sick stuff. Pills, schmills, open wide. Tell me where it hurts. Boring. Who likes that? It was fun at first, but it quickly grew stale. We have a new game now. Our favorite. You guessed wrong, mister. Wrong. Sorry. I'm what you call a wrong guess. Forgive me, doll of Clementine, for I have failed you. Oh no, I can't believe it. The doll didn't help you? Wrong. You are what Clementine calls a wrong guess, and we don't share secrets with wrong guesses. Especially important secrets, like where the grown-ups have gone. I lost the game, but that's because grown-ups generally suck at kids' games. Would you like me to teach you a new game? The one I played in the capital. Ha! You cannot bribe us. Secrets are not for sale. Teach me, teach me. I want to learn a new game. Picture an invincible enemy. Someone most terrible. Then, whatever you are doing, say brushing your teeth, you've got to think, how does this activity help me defeat my invincible enemy? Something as terrible as the yard keeper? I feel bad for Kira's friend. He's doing his best. Isn't this what Kira says? Even if you fail on your first try, it's the trying that counts. Let's tell him. That's not fair. Though his game is fun, I admit. Clementine, cast your vote. You've got to decide. I wanted to tell him from the start. Mister, our new favorite game is the tea party. We get together in secret like the grown-ups do. Everyone brings their own mug like the grown-ups, and we make very secretive faces. How was I supposed to figure that out? Was I supposed to figure that out? Was it really just was it really just a guessing game? The guessing game we just played? Was that a guessing game? Why is this game your new favorite? The grown-ups play it too. Between themselves, they take their mugs and walk away to make secretive faces. The faces are more important than the mugs. If you tell them that we gave away their show, we'll be in trouble, 'cause it's a secret. We found out when we were trapping beetles in a pillbox on the riverbank. The grown-ups were having a tea party right by the Gorkin. It's not far from here. Go outside and walk along the bank. I saw the tea party, and Smoo and Pinprick wouldn't have taken me beetle hunting too far out. I'm still little. Is this where the grown-ups have gone to now? The riverbank? But what are they doing there? Haven't you heard us? They drink tea. Why didn't you tell Kira about this tea party? We showed her the real tea party, the one we had. We invited her, found a mug for her at the last moment, and showed her everything. Kira is very nice. Sometimes I wonder if she's a girl like myself, only grown up. She's always willing to play with us. We were worried that if we tell her about the grown-ups' tea party, she would join them. We wanted Kira to play with us. I see, Kira did not solve your puzzle. Tell me, children, who is Mr. Stokovyak to you? Your father, uncle, neighbor? He's Safka's father. Safka plays doctor. He'll be the death of us all. Safka got in big trouble for our tea party. We forgot to put away the mugs, and his dad saw them. Too bad for Safka. Why isn't Safka here? Is he punished? I haven't seen him in the house. The grown-ups are gone. They can't punish him. He's probably somewhere upstairs in the grown-ups' rooms. Look carefully. He's stealthy. Thank you, children. Dr. Safka? The children let me examine the house. Pieces are coming together. The parents went to the river. The problem is that the Gorkin is large, but someone might have seen them leave. My colleague Safka described in detail what his father is suffering from. Not all my other colleagues are so meticulous. What? Safka is stealthy. Oh, not so stealthy. What's this? How attached they are. Kira, we love you. You're chicks. School curriculum? Books? Whitehead. Hello, colleague. I'm Savka. I'm also a doctor. No, wait. I'm the doctor. You're a doctor also. Nice to meet you, colleague. What's your profile? Surgery, therapy, neurology? Perhaps we are in luck, and you're an epidemiologist. You doubt me? You shouldn't. I performed a highly complex surgery, removing a splinter from Pinprick's palm, with no anesthesia. He was swearing and hitting me on the head with his free hand. What kind of work environment is that? Bravo, I'm not as good as surgery. I'm a highly candy-field specialist. What's your question? Do you seek advice on a difficult case, or are you sick yourself? Hold on a moment. Turn to the light. I wish to consult with you. I don't want to know my diagnosis just yet. Too bad. You and I understand better than anyone that we must face dire noses. I mean, diagnosis bravely. That's the old-fashioned way of saying I'm sure. But alas, you are not ready yet. Actually, I have news from Kira. She is ill. Did you observe any symptoms, colleague? Of course I did. Kira had allegro with this diagnose. A rash appeared on her skin as fast as a pianist strikes with keys. Kira let me conduct an experiment. Touch her skin with some pollen. It was a sight to see, a bright red spot. You know this semitome, colleague. Symptome. You saw with your own eyes that Kira gets a rash on her skin from contact with pollen. Thank you, this is valuable information. I'm sure Kira will be fine. I told her to stay away from pollen. Doctor's orders. So then that just means she just has a fever then? That's her one symptom? Carol is more worried about your father than about herself. Oh, she also noticed that he was sick. And she told you? Is he ill? Dad will be mad if he finds out that you know. He got mad at me when I came to examine him. No support for my doctoral career. That's why I sneaked into his room while he was gone. I'm looking for undirect signs. Savka, I'm really impressed. You are a very good doctor. Never doubt it. Much obliged. I understand that Doctor's diagnose is worse than Kira's. He had a fever and a headache. These are the rect signs. However, the underrect signs tell me he is recovering, spitting out the chest eater. The chest eater? The one you described in your journal? I described the chest eater while observing my father. The chest eater makes its home in the chest and eats it. If you spit out the red liquid, the chest eater will come out in this manner. I saw it once, but as I searched Dad's room, I found rugs for a regular procedure. Red liquid, a fever, and a headache. It all adds up. Kira's also running a fever today. Do you think she has a chest eater as well? I hope not. One chest eater per household is more than enough. But if it's the chest eater indeed, tell her to spit it out. I will, trust me. And you, did you touch those rugs? Do you know that the chest eater might lodge inside you? Don't worry, sanitation is a doctor's... Sanitation is a doctor's first priority. One last thing, your friends told me that your father was mad with you. Was it because of the tea party or because you tried to examine him? Both, I think. Isn't it annoying when personal matters interfere with the professional? Father could have let me examine him, had it not been for the mug. We needed a mug for Kira. We couldn't have asked her to bring her own. That would have ruined the surprise, so I took my dad's, even though it was not allowed. And he was very mad? Yes, we were allowed to use grown-up stuff before. Then Dad said that children should not use grown-up stuff, especially mugs, and I forgot. I was so glad that Kira was joining our tea party that I took Dad's mug. Now he barely talks to me. That's how she caught it. The dad didn't want him using his mug because he was sick with something. Of all the recent happenings, I would like you to remember the part you played in saving the city from the sand pest. Colleague, thank you very much. Huh. Skin redness? Don't worry about that. He was coughing up blood. Wait, I think I actually just forgot everything he just said to me. He was coughing up blood. Didn't he say he had a headache? I think that's what it was. I mean, she doesn't have a headache because she just caught it, but... Oh, right. And he documented this in relation to what was going on. Weakness, chest torments, slime fills what should not be filled. Red nose. Chest torments, chest pain, bleeding, blood. What does that point us towards? Because, like, we're not diagnosing her at this point. I mean, we're diagnosing his father. Because they probably had the same thing. Chest pain. And weakness? The red eyes could have been from the allergies as well. And I think she had an excuse for her red eyes. Oh, blood out of the mouth. That's clearly the bad cough. That's this one, right? Redness around nose. They mentioned something about that, too, as well. The kid. Burning sensation in heart could also be chest pain. He said headache as well. And that's a symptom of acute bronchopathy. Like, these are, like, all not her symptoms, but her father's. Not her father, but his father's symptoms. And surely she caught whatever he had. Where's headache? Can I examine his room? Is this it? Red... Something about rugs? Well then, I think that's done. I think they gave me all the information I needed. But I can go speak to this man. Whoa, a fire. Is this like appeasing the kin or something? An albino? Oh, this is the burning dead bodies decree I did. I'm surprised to see an albino here, though. Batar is sad. His hunger is gone. His longing is not. Hey, Fancy Cuffs. You know any good songs? Oh, wait. I think the fires are coincidence, because I can ask you about the tea party. Is this a tea party by any chance? Nah, there's no pleasure in having tea on an empty belly. And getting a meal is hard enough. The pest spoiled everything. Gum ray came in handy. There isn't much left, but we can share if you are hungry. You're finishing whom? Is this some kind of joke? What if I take out my revolver? Then soon they'll be having me. Sit down and relax. It's a nice evening. I'd better go. Bon appetit. Oh my god.
Can't think like that.
There's so many people out here. A friendly disposition and an fortunate turn of events allow you to govern a small community without brute force. Personal authority can do wonders. This is conceivable, but calls for a high level of awareness and personal responsibility in each community member. Responsibility comes in hand. Responsibility comes hand in hand with independence. Doesn't it follow that we cannot achieve utopia while a fatherly hand guides us, protecting us from our follies? No one's been guiding the city for about 10 days, and we haven't reached utopia, I'm afraid. Are you sure you'd recognize it right away? We are not. This is why we hold our evening gatherings. We learn to discern the shape of this new world that's coming at us like a storm. Do you drink tea while you're at it? I'm not kidding. I'm looking for a group having a tea party here on the riverbank. A tea party? A funny euphemism. Something you do in the capital? In any case, it's such a pleasure to meet a man of learning, capable of joining our debate this fine evening. Take some morphine, it's our treat. I'm on duty, I need to stay alert, but thank you for the offer. Yeah, the fires are coincidence. That's part of my decree, but all these people are here because of the quest. Is this a tea party? Yes. Holy shit. The fire is making this very dramatic. Drink. Drink it to the last drop. Let the water in. Give in to it. Praise it. Because water alone supports life amidst death. Drink, and your fears will go away forever. I have no fear. None at all. I partook of the water last night, and will do it again today. My husband won't come to the Gorkin, though. I tried everything, but he's as stubborn as a mule. Every man and woman should choose for themselves, face their fears, prove to themselves that they have reached enlightenment. Drink up. Have no fear. They're drinking water from the Gorkin? Are you sure that water from the Gorkin prevents the plague? How did you arrive to this conclusion? Blessed are the enlightened ones. Others have perished from the plague. But we walk this land, for we have partaken of the waters. Should I pour some water into a soup? My husband's, I mean. Or is it profanation and you need a ritual? Soup? You are raving, woman. Soup cannot save a human soul. I'm looking for a man named Stakovyak. I have some business with him. I am Stakovyak. However, I shall not conduct any business with you until you partake in our sacraments. In your current state, you are deaf and blind. You are wandering in the dark. Drink up and see the light. You know what? Why not? I already had some Vlad the Younger in the previous day. River water? This might sound crazy, but I'm inclined to accept. Have no fear, it's only scary at first. Falcon, give him your mug. Bravery must be encouraged. What am I getting myself into? Sure, give me a mug. Whoa! Hi! Wait, did I just catch the Sandpest? Hello. I've been waiting for you for a long time. An orderly, how fortunate. These people are drinking water from the river. They've contracted something from it. I'm pretty sure we can make today's vaccine with their blood serum. You fight me with such passion. You wish to defeat me. But it was you who invited me, who paved the way into town for me. You let me inside yourself. You mistake me for someone else, I'm afraid. What are you? The one who wants to destroy me, or the one who invited me here? You invited me, but tricked me. You locked away the greatest treasure. Your crystal tower built of broken dreams and drafts of victory. It is foolish of you to believe that I will not force my way in eventually. And what are you? Contagion? Death? A fever dream? Or am I feverish for a mere mundane reason? You are funny. Have you not noticed that you never have fevers? Never get sick? How do you explain it? This is a statistical anomaly. Mr. Little got the pest, even though he almost never visits the infected quarters. My breath touches you, but it cannot mix with yours. You already surrendered yourself to me, but you did not surrender the tower. Remember, I shall take it from you. As you become the tower, you lose strength. I'll be waiting at the gate. I'm very good at waiting. When you are worn thin, I'll enter. Not that I really believe in having a chat with contagion, or death, but what do you want with a polyhedron? Is this what you're referring to? You are trying to prove that spirit can transcend immortality. You're trying to turn me into a piece of evidence, but I'm not your instrument. I'm a blot on the margins of your theorem. If this is how you phrase it, if the polyhedron does in fact transcend mortality, you will never have it. I'll think of a way to protect it. Hey, are you alright? How are you feeling, novice? I think I just spoke with the plague? I'll tell you how I'm feeling, just let me breathe for a moment. Rejoice, for you have partaken in... Listen carefully, Stakoviak. I am a doctor, Daniil Denkovsky. One of my patients, Kira, the tutor you hired for the children, informed me of your suspicious behavior. We shall not tolerate slander. How is a man seeking salvation and offering a helping hand to others suspicious? I'm not talking to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to him. Stakoviak, answer me. Did you involve your family members in these dubious practices? What about Kira? The children? Did you give them river water to drink? This constitutes attempted murder, you know. Have pity, Dr. Denkovsky. I never wanted to harm anybody. The fire is crazy. The children are not allowed to use grown-up dishes. Never ever. And they've always listened. Always obeyed. The children are too frail for the water trial. And who is allowed? Did you think of the consequences? I get fresh water from the water carriers for the children. I swear I do. On some occasions, the water carriers did not have enough for our household. I gave the water to the children, down to the last drop. As I was walking, miserable and thirsty, I thought, what's wrong with the Gorgon? So I drank from the river and was enlightened. Enlightened? So they all caught the sand pest. And I have a feeling that they're just experiencing sand pest symptoms, such as hearing the voice of the plague. Maybe? Like, I took a sip and I feel like I just got as closest to the sand pest as I've ever will get or have gotten. Your followers have mugs, but you don't. Where's yours? Mine was desecrated. I drink from my hands now. The children took my mug for their games and gave it to Kira. This is not how you treat a sacred vessel. Ironically, you are right about certain points. Some infections can be transferred via plates and mugs. This explains a lot. What infections are you talking about? Anyone who passes the water trial could forget about the plague for good. Look at Falcon. He strolled through the infected quarters and took his things from his boarded-up house. He's right as rain. Your son saw you coughing out blood. This could be a grave sign. You are dying, Stakoviak. Probably not from the plague, but you are dying nonetheless. This is not true. It is true. If you and Kira have the same diagnosis, she's yet to develop this terrible symptom, I'm afraid. Pray tell it doesn't manifest in the children. But water from the river works. It safeguards us from the plague. What can be worse than the plague? Were you planning to infect Kira? Bring her down here or force her to drink from the river? I'm not forcing anyone. Enlightenment should not be compulsive. I was going to induct Kira, but she's very bright, but too arrogant for her own good. The tutor tried to dish out a life lesson. We have no place for her. Such arrogant people fail the trial. Nevertheless, I observed similar symptoms. You're extremely pale, just like Kira, and this redness around your nose. Kira attributed it to allergy, but you? This can't be true. Even if I have a disease like you say, why would Kira have it? We haven't even spoken since last night. Well, Stakoviak, this does not bide well for you. I'll report your little sect. The children will be moved to a safe location. Kira, I hope, might still recover. You are endangering all these people with your preaching. Did it occur to you that this is your fault? Yours, Doctor. Sure, I drink water from the Gorkin, but when it all began, I trusted in science. I bought all that medication. Yet soon it became clear that whoever walked into your hospital would never be seen again. What you should have seen is the vaccine. Yes, it's imperfect, its effects last only a day, but this is a huge achievement. Something's missing? I spoke with the parents by the riverbank, but the information from them might not be enough, and I'm unlikely to learn more. Okay, so they're all just diseased with river water, I think. And they're convinced for some reason that it's saving them from the plague? Shall I try to return to the hospital before the day ends? Maybe I can talk to her about it? I mean, well, let me review my casebook.
Everywhere.
Feels like acute bronchopathy. Risk groups, people living in crowded conditions. Transmitted by direct contact with bacteria from mucous membranes. Example, drinking from dirty cup, smoking a pipe, or rinsing eyes with contaminated water. That sounds about right. I mean, could all of this have pointed me towards anything else? Pallor. The cough. She said not to worry about difficulty breathing, right? But it could be a symptom of this. It's pretty late and I don't want to accidentally miss out. So we're gonna lock it in. Let's head for the Stillwater, I suppose. End of investigation. Something more to do. Diagnostics successful. Alright, we got our final vaccine. Protocol 10. One more step. All diagnoses were correct. Let's put it in. The last vaccine. Minus 300 contagion. Okay, we need 20 orderlies. Which of these used up all my orderlies? That was patrolman. This was patrolman. This one was 30 orderlies for the medical inspection. Swap that out for protocol 10.
Now, scene 13. Nina the Dreadful. Keep up the tempo. Simon and Nina, come now. Enter Nina. Simon stands in her way. Start from this line. What have you done, Nina?
No, I'll make my own lines, Nina. I know that you could not have been any different. Your gifts were immeasurable. You could bend matter. You breathed life into things. You longed for a breakthrough, yet discernment and wisdom were not your strong suits. You tore laws asunder, but the only thing one may truly tear apart is oneself. What have you done, Nina?
Eva took her own life. If only there was a way to fix this. Yes. Eva be alive. Eva be alive. Is this gonna work? Will Eva be here? Oh. Eva Yan. You know that to defeat your enemy, you must look him in the face, right? Lift your visor and look him straight in the eye, if you're a knight. This is what Simon told Eva, and she listened. She did not doubt a single word. Wait, where is Eva? What happened to her? Poor Eva, her romantic guest, destined to take the one step that transcends everything, was too hesitant. She decided to set an example. I should have done something. What is it? She climbed high, not on the polyhedron. She thought it inappropriate, because the polyhedron was not created for her. She climbed high on the cathedral, which stood forgotten, and stepped into the embrace of the wind. Oh, please, no. Have you not figured out yet that she is not like everyone else? She is not a thread in the tapestry of events. She is the axis that binds them. You got used to shuffling around cause and effect, but it doesn't work with her. Are you saying I cannot save her? Are you saying I cannot save her by changing the events of the past? What if I said yes? What if you found out that you have no power over Eva? What would you do? I'll find a way to save her. Do you hear me? If there's a way to save Eva, you shouldn't be looking for it in the past. You simply cannot rewrite her actions. You'll have to experience them. Witness them. Then I'll have to relive day 10? Witness them? I mean, but I went straight over here immediately. Could I watch her step off the cathedral? This was the first thing I did. Looks like it reset the dialogue with this lady. Oh, there's someone running at me. What is this about? Mr. Doctor, I'm looking for you again. Come to the hospital. They're calling for you. Who's calling for me? My brother Yashka. Oh, I mean Yakov. Brother? Very important man. Almost like you, except he's our local. Your little's brother? I am little. The best last name there is, right? Everyone's puffing up, making up clever nicknames. We had ours right from the start. Me and Yashka. I mean, Yakov. Oops. So you saw Yakov today? Well then, go see him again, right at the hospital. I allow it. Today, there isn't much work. There's time to just talk. Who knows when we'll get it again. How kind are you? Suspicious. You have to go to the hospital. There's something there, something terribly scientific. Can something scientific be urgent? I always thought science was about gathering dust on shelves, and yet Yashka, my brother, says it's urgent. Scientific and urgent. I'll hurry. Overtime? Dying Little wishes to see me. He understood something important. Okay. I thought maybe that was a trigger to
You're too high strung.
the second patient he found, but it seems like it could be about something else. So is Yakov still here? Yeah.
I like our pantomimes, you know. Mark Immortal often lets the audience in for free.
Doctor, this is probably bold of me, but I think I understand everything now. About the plague. Tell me. It's all thanks to your work, Doctor. I just put 2 and 2 together once enough data piled up. This is what I was talking about. I was saying that I thought if you did all the vaccines, there'd be some kind of payoff, and I think this is the payoff. Okay, get to the point. We struggled and struggled. Why is the plague so unbeatable? What's the trick? Why does it change so quickly? Why does yesterday's vaccine stop working by today? Because it warns itself. It talks to itself. What? Say we've got 2 patients with the plague. We tried to treat one, and we didn't treat the other. Then they meet, here in the hospital, for instance. They breathe on each other. They cough. So the 2 plagues meet each other. One strain already knows how we're trying to kill it, and it warns the other strain not to fall for our tricks. And the second one, you see, it grows smarter. Huh? These are your observations from real patients in the hospital? I've seen it, Doctor, and you have seen it. Literally every day. While you were gone, I checked the logs, who came and when, which bed they were assigned to, who their neighbors were. You can see it all in the logs. I think one day you'll even be able to see it, years from now, when the tools are more powerful. It has to have something that is responsible for this. Some parts, organs, whatever the proper word is. If the plague is truly able to trade information, to learn, that explains a great deal, and this is terrifying. You'll brush me off, I know, but some patients swear they hear us speaking, not a single voice, but many, like a choir. I thought it feverish delirium myself, too, but that delirium is what made me check the journals, how the plague shifts from patient to patient, whether there's a pattern to it. So it adapts, it develops, it learns to survive, it races us, and it's always ahead. I wrote down everything I could, in my own words. I can't do it like a scholar, but it's more important not to lose the logs, the patient charts. Without them, it's all just words. You'll keep our paperwork in order, won't you? When I can't do it anymore? Yakov, you can't see how sorry I am, and you won't live to see your triumph, your portrait in textbooks. Oh, stop it, Doctor. What portrait? What matters is that this knowledge is useful to someone. Let fewer people die, if not here, then at least in the future. I don't need anything else. I promise you this discovery won't sink into oblivion. Maybe you should leave. You've said this before. I'll say it again. Take the discovery to the capital while it's not too late, before you perish here yourself. We both understand. The town is on the brink. It can't be saved now. Individual people, maybe. All of them together, hardly. But in the capital, there you can ensure what happened to us won't repeat elsewhere. Whatever happens, thank you, Yakov, for all you've done for me. Flesh of Earth's flesh. Transfer of properties. This isn't step miracles, this is science. Perhaps other bacteria can also exchange information. This is a real breakthrough. Plague strains communicate with each other, defeat one and the others learn the method and gain protection. A permanent vaccine is impossible. Can it be overcome? Any weapon against the plague is temporary. The plague is undefeatable. Alright, Grief. I'm ready. Let's get out of here.
I've heard of this love thing, alright. Never seen it, though.
When we were runts, we thought if you tramp the rails long enough, you'll step it clean off the edge of the world. About those rails, I found an engineer and made the necessary agreements. The soot box is already there, huffin' and puffin', ready to bolt. You ready? I'm ready. I have to go. In the capital, my laboratory is being destroyed without me. This is gonna be like... No, I don't... I'm so conflicted. I want to see what happens. But I don't want this to be my ending. Step outside now. My boy will see you through. Best manners, best ride. Right up to the carriage. No dawdling. Good luck, and fair wind up your ass. You're rougher than usual today. Did something happen? Nothing happened except the plague, the hunger, the cold, and all the other filth. But what's that to you? You'll leave us here to die. Go home and crawl back into your clean little offices. Yeah, Grief isn't coming. It'd be nice if I could have invited Ruben, since he said he's leaving. Or maybe he just meant that he was storming out of the Stillwater earlier. If you want, come with me. I'm sure there's room in the carriage. Told you already. Your own dirt clings closest. Born here, buried here. I understand. Everyone got their own current to follow, so following yours, unless you're hoping for a farewell kick to get you moving. Step outside now. My boys will see you through. Best manners, best ride, right up to the carriage. Farewell, Grief, and thank you for helping me get out. Time for farewells. Grief's people are waiting for me outside. There's no turn. They're gonna kick my ass. What's gonna happen? I'm scared. Oh. Are you gonna scold me?
If only I could live a year longer. A whole, endless year.
You don't like our frigate after all, Daniel. Oh, is this the first time she hasn't— Yeah! You called me Daniel, not N. Daniel. The captain is supposed to leave the sinking vessel last, but I see you're no captain. Okay, I've already decided. Let's stick down this path, I suppose. If I perish in this town, all the knowledge I've assembled will perish with me. You're nothing but a despicable, petty liar. Cowardice is the ugliest trait of a man. Look at me in the eye and say, I am abandoning you, your town, and your future. To hell with you. Then I will rip your portrait. But these social dances of yours, they are not hateful, they are pathetic. Maria, are those tears? Don't you dare pity me! I hate you. I despise you. You grabbed this town by the throat. You gave us hope. You became like Simon. Better than Simon. And for what? To have fun? To advance your research? You did this for all kinds of reasons, but nor for our sake. To you we are useless, expendable, pitiful, good for nothing. I respect you, but we have our separate lives. This is what we should respect. What if I said I love you? Maria, What? Say something. I'm also in love. With who? Oh, this is torture. What? I want to say with you. I want to say with you. Just to see what happens. But then what if this takes me out of the choice I'm making? With you. Why did I have to pry it out of you? I knew it, I knew it. Come here. One kiss will make you forget the whole world, and you will understand. I have more passion than in my mother. More than the entire town. You will hear the walls sing. I will inevitably depart and leave you behind. I don't want to leave a broken heart in my wake. You are ripping my soul apart. Tiny cracks run down my heart as we speak, and blood is oozing from them. Oh, the torture. Give me one kiss. I beg of you. Okay. And I am leaving, Maria. Take this locket at least. It does not contain a lock of my hair, but I kissed it every night before going to bed. So will you. Feel the warmth of my lips, and be reminded what you choose to lose. Farewell, fiery queen. Okay, was crazy. Maria's medallion. The medallion itself is not hot, but if you kiss it, the metal will leave a burn on your lips. Alright, I love you, Maria, but I'm leaving. Quarantine? Huh? Initiation. They carried me out in a coffin beyond the quarantine. A train waits on the rails. It smells of creosote. Pathologic 3 quarantine? I was delivered by coffin, by grief's men. No Shabnak, though. Oh, Clara.
I have a sister. Just don't tell anyone.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! You saved everyone. I knew you'd understand and do the right thing. I'm saving everyone by my rapidly approaching departure? I guess I'm good at that. Yes, exactly. For 10 days we've been stepping on each other's toes. I'm glad that you realized that you should surrender the town to me, and I will save it. I will. You won't have to sacrifice anything. I'm so happy you finally put your trust in me. And they called me egocentric. What does this have to do with you? You were getting in everyone's way. You thought you were helping, but you were only making it worse. All these crutches, all these prescriptions and injections are hoaxes, not salvation. But the townsfolk believed you. It's certainly for the better that you are leaving. I won't lie, I want to stay now. I think it's too late for that, Daniel. You know what? You are right. I cannot save them all. No matter how hard I try. If you succeed where I failed, I'll pray to you. Or whatever it is you want from people. Something has snapped within you, Bookworm. You did something to yourself, but I cannot grasp it. You hammered a nail into your thread of fate. Nothing but trouble awaits you at home. What are you talking about? I'm not sure. It looks grim, to be honest. Your soul appears to be ensnared, with no chance of getting out. You will find out what it means when you arrive at the capital, I suppose. Well, thank you. This really lightens my path. Is anyone else here? Was it just Clara? Could Artemy also be sitting around in the darkness somewhere? I don't know. Also, that's making me think about when we saw the Inquisitor, not the Inquisitor, but the Inspector. He said something about a loop, and that I was ensnared in it, or that he catches dogs and he ensnares them in loops. Also, where's everybody else? Where's Yulia? I invited her to come with us. She could be on the train already. Here's my boy! The iron has taken the rails. It runs hot. The iron has taken the rails. Its heart runs hot. It beats. Hear it? We can ride to where iron gathers. Soon you'll see a great many trains to the capital station, Boulder. Just give me a couple more minutes. Smell of Twire for the last time. Engineer Boulder awaits my command to depart. He got a hat? He always had the hat. That's our Boulder. Oh no, I thought I could get on the train. Oh wait. Yeah, here's our people. Who's this? Okay. Could I have invited more people to come with me? Is it just the four of us? 5? Wait. 4 of us, including Daniel, and then 1 with Boulder. What if I run off into the steppe? What if I run over there? Let's talk to them first, I guess. Is it true that they will let us leave the town? Forgive me for being so direct, it's just hard to believe. I'm going to leave my whole life behind. I would not have scraped up the courage to defy orders and throw the switch, had I not known this was my chance to see my son. Had it not been for you, Denkovsky, I would have still been sitting here, having buried him in my mind. Thank you. Without you, we would not have had the chance to leave.
What?
This feels weird. Leaving is weird. I spent so many years here. Despite everything that happened, I'm grateful the Kynes and the town gave me so much. Perhaps more than I can take. Will you miss the town? Of course. When I arrived, I was very young, fresh out of the academy, and I was given free rein in laying out the streets. No supervision, no limitations, no financial or bureaucratic constraints. It was an incredible stroke of luck, and I bear responsibility for any bad things that came out of this. You are one of the few people who acknowledge their responsibility in full. I just want to be grateful for the times of my youth, for the dreams we had. I was just reminiscing about my arrival with the Onirotex. As the train was slowing down, we were taking in the place where we would work. Someone, I don't remember who it was, exclaimed, "Look, I thought towns like this didn't exist anymore." This is true. Alright, Boulder. I'm ready to leave, even though this all feels so incredibly wrong. I said goodbye to everyone I wanted to. Time to depart. I thought he was holding the thing Maria gave me, but it was a origami ball. He turned his back on everything. Maria, the town, polyhedron. I mean, we escaped. We have secured our survival. We've come back with some knowledge, but was it worth it?
What are little boys made of? Snips and snails and lethal mistakes.
And so, to sum up, you left the town, fled from it to save your own skin. The only doctor who could tell a pair of biceps from a pair of forceps, abandoned everyone to the plague. How can you look at yourself in the mirror after that? I left to protect my discovery. The goal of our work at the hospital was to understand the plague, to tame it. I'd shown you the papers, but you wouldn't understand a damn thing. I've seen the papers. They were explained to me. You know, I'll never understand how your mind works. The minds of people like you. All your critics are always man-eaters and murderers. Yet, to you, yourself, life is nothing more than a variable in a formula. Lecturing people doesn't suit you, Inspector. I hate hypocrisy, Doctor. The town needed you, and you fled. Now you're pretending like it's not your own skin you were saving, but some discovery. You abandoned the sick, violated the Hippocratic Oath, and in the name of science? The patients I abandoned, as you put it, couldn't be saved. But I saved knowledge that will ensure the plague claims no more victims in the future. It's more important. I've conducted hundreds of interrogations in my career, but in all my time as an investigator, never have I met someone so full of himself and arrogant. Still, I have to admit, you've outplayed me here. Your claim is technically correct. I am correct. Glad to hear we're on the same page. Your colleagues have vouched for you. They claim your research is a breakthrough that will save thousands of lives in the future. Shame we had to close Thanatica, shame that we had to close Thanatica anyway. Excuse me? I repeat, Thanatica is closed for criminal attempts to undermine reality's very foundations. The decision is final, beyond appeal. As for your future fate, I wonder... Are you mad? I figured out the sand plague. They ought to give me a medal. There is no mistake, my dear Bachelor. Do you even grasp what the charge against Anatica truly was? Embezzlement, pseudoscientific theories, but also the very desire to trample the foundation of our existence, which is the mortal end of all sinful flesh. I don't believe it. You're fitting your reasons to your conclusion. I proved my intellect and my worth. The charges must be dropped. Perhaps they should. Perhaps. But they will not be. Thanatica is forbidden and doomed. Such is the decision of the almighty powers that be. And you, invaluable Bachelor, have toyed too long with Fatum. Toyed with Fatum? When I walked that damn Lirachiba street. Wait, what? Wait, did my nightmare vision come true? Because I walked Lirachiba street? I wouldn't dare to judge where you walked and where you did not. My task is a small one. To make it clear, this decision will not be altered. It will. It must. It is fake. Thanatica is being closed not because of my decisions, but because I walked the forbidden street. And it dictated my fate to you. Don't listen to it. Whatever you say, invaluable Bachelor. No, seriously, think about it. It is illogical to punish me for a scientific discovery. It's written here that you may leave, for the time being. Your own actions cannot be deemed criminal. Therefore, you are free. Are you mocking me? I'm not free. I'm chained to the worst of worlds. Wait. Come on. I loved walking that street. It was fun. And I loved the quest with Yulia. That's how I ended up here. That's how I survived. I survived because there was no chance left to save the town. Only a chance for Thanatica remained. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I escaped from the town. I did the same thing. So does this affect all endings when you return to the capital then? Whether or not you walk the street? I wonder how different this would have been if I didn't walk the street then. And I'm free to leave? What does this mean? Which could be the first day, depending on the perspective. The Thanatica's been shut down. I saw on the cursed street how my laboratory was being destroyed, and that future came to pass. Through my efforts, the town survived until the 12th day. Time's come to say goodbye to it. Inspector, can we go back in the room? Actually, there's like 10 things. There's like a million things, actually, I forgot to tell you about. Let me rewind time once more. I didn't know you could cry. Thanatic was everything to you. In accordance with the decree of today, the laboratory of Daniil Dankovsky...
I think you ought to reread your own early work, Chief. Assuming you wrote them yourself.
I've read the order. I know what it says. Just give me a minute to say goodbye to this place, you tyrant. Waking nightmare. A waking nightmare is your non-compliance. I'm telling you for the last time. Pack your things and get out. You've completely lost your minds. I think I won't use force just because you're a woman. There must be a mistake. You are the superior, I take it. Don't even try to make a fuss. I have a paper here, see? It states, in accordance with the decree of today, the laboratory of Daniil Dankovsky... The chief. I swear if he doesn't shut up, I'm going to shove that decree down his throat. And that, my dear, were you threatening an officer in the line of duty? A criminal offense. How many times do I have to repeat myself? You're occupying these premises illegally. Who issued the decree? On what grounds? I'm reading it to you. The laboratory of Daniil Dankovsky is to be closed as a result of his interaction with an impossible object, namely a street. Wait, what? Disregarding all warnings, Daniil Dankovsky walked down the impossible street and thereby sealed his own fate. The laboratory is to be closed, staff to be evicted, seal, signature. That's impossible. I have no idea what kind of jaywalking was so criminal they're closing us for it, but that's what the paper says. I could understand inexpendency, perhaps embezzlement. Surely it must be a mistake. Damn it, they warned me, and I still went down that cursed street. Start from the beginning. I remained at the site of the fire, if only. No, this is the only mistake I cannot fix. They were deliberately razed to the ground. All our investigations. How this cruel destruction contradicts the official reason. Well, as I already said, I didn't want to go down this road. I was merely curious. But, as we have seen, and as we know, I did walk the Nightmare Street. I was told not to and that I shouldn't do it, but I did it anyway. And we've been punished for it, and I'm assuming that it ruined my ending. I wonder... Because, like, surely in other endings you return to the capital, but you also make a decision for the fate of the town? But I'm sure in those endings as well, you return and the Thanatica is destroyed. So, I do think it ruined my ending slightly, because I got merely the ending where you just returned to the capital and ditched the town. But because I took the street, yeah, this is what we get. Mirror room. Another choice. Such was my story, but if I want, I can tell it differently. I don't need to start from the beginning for this. There is enough amalgam in this room. Yeah, I still have so many questions. So many questions. That's the most I can get because my thing is fractured. Well then, Seigneur, your story turned out sad and a little funny, as it should be. We don't know about you, but for us it's about regrets. So many of them cast shadows on the face of the town. And what do you regret? Many things. I couldn't achieve what I wanted. We're in the looking glass of probabilities, Seigneur. Oh, actually, someone told me I was mispronouncing this. I forget. Was it senior? I think it's senior. Not Seigneur. Senior, I think. You've walked one facet, as far as your strength and imagination allowed. But here, in the heart of the glass rose, all petals are open. Simply put, aren't you curious how the story could have turned out differently? Would you like to correct your correction somehow, differently? Reassemble the picture? Of course I would. I was already about to rewind the reels. Well, jumped back to an earlier state of the world. If you wish to go back and make different decisions, just break the mirrors here. They contain amalgam. The past is still open to you. And I'll be able to fix anything? Almost. Some collisions of fate are irreparable. Others are beyond our power. But what, Senior? Do you have great regrets after all? I regret that I didn't come to know Simon. Then come to know him. Trace to the end the line you haven't managed yet. This doesn't require our intervention, only your attention to the twists of the plot and the right decisions. What else could I regret? We bow to you, Senior. You were a decent anti-hero. The task you were given was difficult and constrained, and we regret many, many things, but not that you were at the center of our narrative. Farewell, and until we meet again. And thank you, Jester. It was a long road. Okay. I guess we're gonna move on to day 11 then. See what could have happened, what other endings were in store. Day 11, in which some pathological theses are being practically proven. I did miss out quite a bit on other objectives on day 10 though.
So we have a little loop here with an overcast stitch, as it were. Or a noose.
Day 2 is an option too. Yeah, but I need to see. I need to see what's gonna happen with the decisions I've made. Day 11. No use beating around the grave, as the saying goes. If the reports are to be believed, this was the day you finally lost all authority. The hospital was shut down and utterly destroyed. The town was controlled by the army, and you were useless. I was on the verge of creating a vaccine. If only those damn army thumpers haven't interfered. By army thumpers, you mean General Block. You had a falling out with him, didn't you? Tell me about it. And stop weaseling about. Your story keeps changing. Quit reinventing the past. Just tell us exactly what happened. And who are you exactly? 3 days after the army arrived in town, General Block ordered your hospital closed. Yes or no? Forgive me, Colonel. With all due respect, asking questions is my job. You promised not to interfere. Yes or no? Speak. Now what, Inspector? Will you let this tin soldier and metal snatch your prey? Colonel, it'd be more efficient if I asked the questions. Please let me... Belay, this is taking too long. General Block abused his authority and destroyed the only hospital in town. If this is not sabotage, what is? Did you try to stop him, Dr. Denkovsky? No, wait, it wasn't like that at all. You're twisting the past to suit your agenda again. That same day, Block's soldiers began shelling the town and its civilian population with artillery. Yes or no? Yes, but their reasons were not what you think. I'm not interested in reasons, only in actions and consequences. You're missing the point. It wasn't Block or the military who decided the town's fate. On day 11, more important events took place. Is that so? Enlighten me. It was on day 11 that I discovered where the source of the plague was. Wait, I just realized I never defeated the Shabnak on day 10. Okay, well, we're gonna get a brief look into day 11. Soon you will be forced to choose. Begin the 11th day. That's what my achievement said. So, it feels like all is lost. Intercurrent assistant. I must prepare a new vaccination. I can't imagine how I'll manage without Yakov Little's help. Andre asked me to look after his brother. If he shows up at the cathedral at the wrong time, there'll be trouble. I'm surprised they took so long to go along with this plan. I thought it would have happened sooner. Holy shit, are there I hear the thunder of cannons. Are they really shooting? Monstrous cannon shots shook the town. What is the army doing?
Who's staring at me through the looking glass?
Okay, well, I gotta put some decrees in. Well, actually, it said I need to make the vaccine. And there's no Eva to talk to? Who's even here anymore? Just a little girl in the Odong? And the random crowd? Well, last time this was used to make the vaccine. How do I make the vaccine? The chaos in town doesn't cancel the daily routine. There's no vaccine for me to make. Oh. So you're not dead? Act of intimidation? From the stone yard, the casualties and destruction aren't visible. You good, Eva?
Words are boring. All that is interesting is written between the lines.
I remember now. It really is hard to leave this town. Backwater trains rarely come here. But they are not the problem. People grow into their land. That's the problem. But this umbilical cord needs to be cut. Otherwise, there will be no life. No life. Eva? Do I know you? You look respectable. Another day, I'd gladly have a conversation, but today I want to be alone. Could you please tell me where the station is? I'm afraid I'm lost. Eva? Have you forgotten me? What's happening? I see you're anxious about something. I'm sorry I can't help you. But there are many kind people in town. You'll certainly find someone who will listen to you. Me? I need to get to the station. You even look different. Are you Eva? Or are you her sister? Please don't. I don't like to be called by my name. It feels like I'm being tethered. Did I offend you somehow? Please tell me. She's going to the station. Just like how we met her on our first day. Was she even wearing that same outfit on the first day? Okay.
Stop staring at me. Push over.
Should I meet her at the station? Colossal guns are pointed on the railway. Today, they were put to use. I think this is what I'm most interested in. If I'm going to only do like one thing before I end the episode, I think it's going to be figuring out what the army is shooting at. The polyhedron's still up. I want a cathedral debate. Can we all gather in the cathedral? All the healers? All the inquisitors in town? Can we all come together and decide the fate of the town? Eva, are you here? The army's here. I joined the army for truth. And this is what it comes to? First they sent us to the world's end, and now they're putting people up against the wall. What do I tell my mother? She'll ask about my service. What do I say? Quit whining, will you? I'm sick enough as it is. Literally. I'm about to throw up. What happened? Did you hear it? Cannon fire in the town? Go take a look in the field kitchen yourself. You'll understand. I'm not going to describe it. It might make me vomit. How are cannon shots supposed to be related to a field kitchen? Is there a bomb? Something terrible happened in the soldiers' canteen. I'll examine the crime scene. Am I mistaking an explosion for cannon shots? There's a lot of people to— holy shit. And where are Rokhilinski? And where are Rokhilinski and Maslov? Where the Horde Devils are they? They were called off to storm the glass tower. Weren't you briefed? Lieutenant Grigoriev led them away. While we're stuck here in filth, Grigoriev's lot are getting ready to make war on children? And on top of that, they're taking our men. Devil damn them. Permission to address you, Captain? In front of us, you may use stronger words than devils, when it's that kind of business. I heard a blast, like a cannon shot. Kindly explain what that was. Huh? Off you go, Doctor. Go on, go on. No, Doctor, wait. Tell me this. Who in this so-called town is responsible for supplies? Give me the name of that noble gentleman. I don't know how to answer this. In this town, I'm in command. I head the emergency command fighting the epidemic, and its resources as well. Just as I thought. Makarov. Just as I thought. Makarov, Gugolev, be so kind as to place the doctor under arrest. Oh. Should have ratted someone else out. General Block will know of this. He's here to fight the epidemic, and without me, that's impossible. Impossible, do you hear me? What, you missed the latest news? Your immunity's gone. No more. Wait, what's going on? Hands off! Soldiers locked you up in an abandoned train car without food or water. You spent... I died. Spent the remaining days slowly dying. Okay. Lost to dialogue. Dang. Let's not talk to anybody. Let's just find where the canteen is. Never encountered that one either. I never should have fessed up. I mean, there's 10s. This one's white. Is this a difference? More of a commanding tent. Where would the canteen be? I have a feeling I don't want to speak to any of these people. These all just seem to be, lodgings. Well, there's water. There's bowls. Is this it? I'll talk to you, person with the legs stuck in the ground. Any tobacco on you? A cigarette, maybe? What's going on here? Why were the cannons fired? How should I know? They're arranging their shots on the town, I suppose. I've been standing here since night. I missed breakfast. My gut's twisting. A cigarette used to help, but now tobacco's gone damp. Damn thing won't light up. Ranging shots? What are you talking about? Would they have all said that to me? Oh, I did have tobacco on me.
Weird, but tolerable.
Looks like it. Anyway, where's the big cannon? Do they have a big cannon? Did they have a one big cannon in Pathologic 2? Or is that just a Pathologic Classic thing? Also, what's going on over here? This is their canteen. These are... Died this morning. Bare marks of army bullets and army boots scattered in disarray. Stepfolk from town servants. Likely not moved after death. Ooh, take. Soldiers' rations. Why is that an artifact? A sample of meat from the slaughter at the station. It smells bad. Was someone trying to infect the soldiers? Canned goods look terrible. Might be infectious. Olgimsky markings. Where else would meat come from? A terrible massacre. What happened here? Looks like they were shot. Looks like there was a scuffle. The food is bad. There are soldiers' food supplies, quite meager, clearly from the town. The soldiers arrived without their own provisions. Graced with Olgimsky's seal and canned goods. They smell bad. I don't understand. Infected? I don't know, I need to check. Too many options. Fatal accident, sabotage, rebel attack. Can't do without a explanation. Okay, let me see if any of them will talk to me, and then I'll go find Hipat. Maybe I'll tell the guys over here... Oh, that's their big cannon. Got it. Let me tell them that I'm not the one in charge of the resources, then. Give me the name of that noble gentleman. Since the Inquisitor, Mark Krominski, arrived, all authority has been concentrated in his hands. The Inquisition never acts with its own hands. Who did Karminski put in charge of provisions? To my knowledge, the Olgimskis still distribute the town's material supplies, despite their precarious position. The Masters of the Abattoir? So we had it figured out correctly. May I ask exactly... you figured out? And that, Doctor, is none of your concern. The cannons and the surrounding grounds are a military installation. Civilians have no business being here. I request that you leave the military site, or we will be forced to use force. I've learned my lesson. No need for threats. See, I'm leaving. Soldiers are preparing to storm the polyhedron. This is a very, very bad idea. Army believes that children are in danger and seeks their evacuation. The gun crew soldiers rudely avoid questioning. Stained glass shards? Only a miracle will save the situation. And miracles come in different forms. We need to find Clara. Box. There's people here.
The town dribbles.
Did I issue any decrees today? What are all these people? Hey! Wait a minute! Why do they have Nina's statue? We're saved! She returned to us. She didn't leave us to die, so that means the end of the plague. And what are these bits of rubble doing here? You don't know Nina. Where she throws stones, apple trees grow. Soon they'll grow here too. Just give it time. The town won't last that long. Only you can't eat those apples, they're poisonous. And where did she go? Could you tell me? You're a queer... You're a queer one, aren't you? Hold on. You're a queer one, aren't you? How could you possibly miss Nina? She's 20 feet tall, no less. When she sets foot to ground, it thunders so loud that windows break. Someone is simply scattering monuments to the mistress all over town. I think I've come across 3 heads by now. Pure spirit. In the middle of town lie the fragments of a statue, as if Nina Kaina was burdened by her physical shell and shed it. So there's multiple of those?
Tired of this noise.
Danielle just got outed by a child in the streets. Soldiers' rations. The meat wasn't infected, but it spoiled several days ago. The putrid smell, awful color, greasy white larva. You wouldn't eat it even if starving. Alarm bell? Worms? The bells are ringing at the cathedral. Who died? No sandpest, only rotten meat. The picture's coming together. I need to return and think one last time. This is unrelated. Go back to the station, you're telling me? Oh god. I think the Stomatons are dead again. I didn't go to the cemetery in time to tell Peter to stay out of it. I do also need to oh, there it is. Perfect. Wait.
This town has gone mad.
What's going on here? What is it, human? You never heard bone music? You two seem to have found harmony. Why am I not surprised? Unlike your dull-minded doctors, Clara is capable of much. She can hear, for instance.
People don't like people much, but hating others, that's a challenge to them too.
You know what? I was kind of hoping that the Rock Prophet would have appeared during my bad ending and been like, you know what? You did good by me. You didn't touch the rats. Let me save you. But maybe this is when that choice is going to come in. We're bound by the same earth, beaten by the same fate, and we want the same thing, to save the town. Humans can be useful too. A little, but they can. For example, your bones make the finest flutes. Hear the music? Those sounds can only be drawn from human bone. A flute made of bone. And where did you get the bone for it? From the ground, of course. Where else could we take it from? The earth is ancient, full of bones. Hear the tune? It's a weeping music, crying over children imprisoned in an enormous tower. That explains it. I thought those strains were painfully familiar. He's a doctor, man. His ears are full of science and nothing more. Soon the soldiers will march to the polyhedron, and there will be blood. The doctor man knows it, but he doesn't know what to do. So he wanders to town like a tourist, indulging himself. What are the two of you doing together in the middle of a plague district? Enjoying life, watching the coming tragedy from a respectful distance, of course. Did you hear how the cursed tower creaks? How frightfully? Children don't belong in it. That creaking is the echo of coming disaster. If you have an idea how to bring them out, I am all ears. I can lead them out. I'll lead every children to a safe place. I only need to choose the right melody, but for that melody, I need a special flute. Find me a child's bone, a shin bone, and this is important. It must be the bone of a child who died a terrible death. You've lost your mind, Prophet. What do you mean, a terrible death? Tormented. Tortured. Tormented. Starved to death. Have you not heard the parable of the boy who was dismembered and thrown into the woods? His shin bone sang his murderer's name on the wind. That is the kind of bone I need. Such bones make the finest flutes. And where exactly am I supposed to find a bone like that? The earth is ancient, full of corpses and bones, even if the bones of boys who suffered. Find one and bring it here. Then I'll save every child from the tower. I'll play for them, and they will follow me. The bone won't be enough. You can't lead all of them out with the flute. In the tower there are children, so deep in reflections, in other worlds, they may not hear it. Bring me hooks, Dr. Man, and I'll be able to snag them and pull them out. I'll get every last child out from the reflections. Don't go to the cemetery. There are bones there too, but you need different bones, and a different place for the dead. A special place, where bodies are not buried, but hidden. The finest child's bones are hidden amid huge iron bodies. A child's bone and hooks. A clear goal. Huge iron bodies. A clear explanation. Anything else? We'll be waiting right here, physician, on this very spot, in the most plague-ridden corner. Without us, the most terrible plague would have spilled everywhere. Honestly, this sounds like a preparation for a very ugly ritual. Wait, are you not, like, the epicenter for today? Because why are you glowing green, Clara? I thought you were the flower. I thought that's why I came over here. They offered to help me evacuate the children from the polyhedron. They believe this might be important to me. Sarah and the Rat Prophet would like to offer help in an important matter, but they believe I'm unlikely to manage without them. So would he have rejected me if I had done the eliminating rats decree? A few hooks and a bone will be enough. To evacuate the children, the Rat Prophet will need a child's bone. A suitable one can be found at the train graveyard. Where do I get hooks from, though? But Clara, I think you have something to explain. If she summons rats, then why did I come? Rather insulting, actually. I'm searching for the bone. It's not that easy, and for the hooks. But why is Clara green? So why am I returning? I discovered that the food was rotten. And there's supposed to be a revelation that I'm going to have now? A puzzle toy. I don't think a soldier would assemble one. Denkovsky, there are limits to snobbery. But it really does seem out of place here. A terrible massacre. What happened here? Looks like they were shot. Looks like there was a scuffle. The food is bad. Soldiers' food, quite meager, clearly from the town. The soldiers arrived without their own provisions. The crates aren't infected, but the meat has rotted. Seems Olgimsky's workers brought rotten meat. The soldiers mutinied and shot the workers. And what are those items over there? Some kind of puzzle. I can't solve it. I saw a puzzle in Capella's house in the previous game. She must have been here recently. I'm sorry, what is this dialogue saying? I saw a puzzle in Capella's house in the previous game. Wait, I'm so confused. This would be such an out of place meta fourth wall breaking thing. What's the point of this? I have to be misunderstanding something. This is just so out of place. It seems Capella was at the canteen after the massacre. What's she got to do with this? Rotted meat. Olgimsky's. The hunger riot spread and someone fired the cannons. I think that's how it all went down. Humanitarian catastrophe. The locals brought rotten meat. The soldiers mutinied, killed people, fired cannons into the air. I'm ready to return to the gun with facts. Okay. But what did Capella have to do with this? I mean, I know she's in charge of the whole operation now, but why would she instruct her workers to bring rotten meat to the soldiers? What kind of a message was this? Whoops. Captain? Sir, permission to throw the civilian out? Stand down, for now. You shouldn't be here, Doctor. This is a military site. Here we shoot first, ask questions later. And what, will you put me to the wall too, like those stepped men you shot at the station? What wall? There were tents, no walls to speak of. We, well, you know, popped them one by one. Do you think, Doctor, we started shooting them for no reason? Out of boredom? They were just carriers, bringing you supplies, and they had no weapons. Who can endure this mockery? We've been living off the land for days. We're hungry. They haul in meat as it is, wormy, rotten. We tell them, eat your rot yourselves. We may have threatened them a touch. And then they began shouting in their language, swinging their hands, almost strangled a private. So we had to, well, protect ourselves. You see, Doctor, it wasn't the army that drew first blood. The locals escalated it themselves, threw themselves at army men. What were they thinking? If the meat had been decent, everyone would be alive. Wait, did they capture Capella? By the field kitchen, I found something that points to Victoria Olgumskaya. Was she here? Red-haired, very young? What? Ah, yes, some girl. We ran her off so she wouldn't hang about here, wouldn't get underfoot. We were dispatched here, not of our own choosing, to halt the contagion, because the local authorities can't cope. We never experienced a welcome feast. We never expected a welcome feast. Times are harsh. Men have turned beastly. But to poison the very men sent to save you, with rotten meat. Excuse me, Doctor, that's over the line. I'm sure this is some kind of mistake. A soldier's temper is gunpowder. Who knows what sparks it? A soldier can endure anything. Any conditions. Do we ask for much? Only respect. And after you executed them, you fired your cannons at the town, for the sake of respect, apparently. The army does not shoot at a town without an order. Those rounds landed in the steppe. Still, all who were involved received an army message. Any more questions? And what will your general say to that? The general will understand, I'm certain. To him, honor and respect come before all else. What the general says is none of your concern, Doctor. He was informed long ago. I think I'll inquire after his opinion myself, when the occasion arises. I'm absolutely right, but the story isn't over. The soldiers are starving. There's no food in town. Soldiers are dying from the plague. Soldiers are angry. It will get worse. The Olgimskis supplied poisonous meat. Time the corner, Big Vlad. So Capella was here, and she ran away, and I have a completely unrelated quest telling me that there's a child who suffered greatly in the train graveyard. And I need their bones. I'm worried for Capella's life.
Swine. Beasts. I should never have indulged their whims.
Animals. Animals. They're eating us alive. In my own town. Yes. Yes. They're eating you alive because you're feeding them rotten meat. Ugh. Impudent, you, Bachelor. You've been running the emergency command for how long, and still don't understand? Or do you think I've hidden fresh meat, tucked under my shirt? The town is closed. Where am I to find... Hold on. F-E-S-H. Find fesh? Is that a word I don't know? What's fesh? Is it a typo or am I stupid? I don't know. I'm just gonna read fesh. I don't know what this could be a typo of. The town is closed. Where am I to find fesh? Cut a pound off myself? People want feeding. They demand it. And Capella? I know she was at an execution site. Have you spared a thought for her? Is she even safe? No mercy from this town. None. Victoria the Elder lies in the grave. My son, you know well enough. And now my daughter, in the cells. They mean to eat my whole family. Brought us down to nothing. And you're pleased, Bachelor? You feel like a winner? Yes, the town is to blame for everything. She took the blame on herself, but it wasn't her, it was me. I'm a bad father, it seems. I brought misfortune down on both my children. And you sit in here lamenting, and it never occurred to you to surrender in Capella's... And you sit here lamenting, and it never occurred to you to surrender in Capella's stead, if she isn't to blame? You don't understand. If only they'd let me in there, but they're tormenting me on purpose. Leave me, Bachelor. Just leave me. That is cruel indeed. She's been arrested then. The army is holding Capella in prison. A nonsense. Let me try to keep them from her. Okay, she let me out of prison on the 5th day, and I'm letting her out of prison on the 11th day. Wait, where's Block? Halt! State your name, your position, and the purpose of your arrival. Daniel Venkovsky, by a twist of fate, the chief physician in this town. I need to speak with General Block. The general is absent. He has stepped out on official business. And where exactly did he go? We're ordered not to say, and not to know. I'm no secretary, I'm a soldier. Understood. At ease. Father to the soldiers. Flags lowered. The commander isn't at the headquarters. General Block must learn the results of my investigation. Who else will the army listen to? But where is he? At the cathedral for a debate?
What?
Leave. I know what you came for. You won't achieve a thing. Go. Why did they seize you? Who gave the order? Nobody. I walked in and gave myself up as soon as I learned of the slaughter at the station. Someone has to answer for the blood that was spilled, and the responsibility is mine. What responsibility? You're supposed to be playing with dolls. No. I saw the bodies. Their blood is on the Olgimskis. And right now, the Olgimskis are me. Tell me this, how did the army end up being issued rotten meat? When the army first arrived, they asked Father about supplies. It was still Father then, his last big affair before he handed the inheritance to me. Father told them plainly there is no fresh meat. The town is exhausted. Nearly all the livestock was slaughtered and eaten in the first days. The soldiers wouldn't listen, so he ordered that they be issued whatever was left, if they demanded more. So it was your father who ordered the soldiers fed rotten meat? Then he should be the one sitting here, not you. No, I forbid it. I must stay. Who will answer in penance for the people who were killed? Our people, from the Bull Project. The Olgimskis are one tree with many branches. In that lies our immortality. Don't try to free me. Father will die here, and I will live. Big Vlad doesn't deserve a sacrifice like that. Father only looks big and strong. I know better. He's brittle, and he's run his health into the ground. There's hardly any strength in him. This prison will break him. It won't break me. I'll endure, and I forbid you to question that. My doubt is elsewhere. Was there really nothing to give the soldiers to eat? Couldn't the bloodshed at the station have been prevented somehow? I learned everything before I let them lock me in a cell. The soldiers were supposed to live on army rations, but the very first night they arrived, the rations were stolen. Every last bit. Yesterday, we delivered the last of the good meat. Today, they were given rotten meat, and blood was spilled. You've helped me a great deal. The rations, that's the key. If the rations hadn't been stolen, none of this would have happened. Perhaps Capella is better off in prison. The Ogimskis are no more. Not only the meat rotted, the entire bull enterprise rotted. Army provisions were stolen from the warehouses, causing unrest. Are Grief's men involved? Oh, okay. Not gonna question Grief about it. I guess he's not involved anymore. I wonder who stole them. Is this the return of Barley the Barber? The return everyone's been waiting for? Oh, Grief is back in his warehouse. No longer afraid of the Inquisition, then?
For what the devil can't do, send a woman.
Gee, look whose presence is illuminating my dark corner. Dinkovsky, how did you know I was back? Or had you been checking every day? So the Inquisitor isn't looking for you anymore? Nah, I got sick of being holed up at old Isidore's place, that's all. Wanted to have a good time while it lasts, see my people, make my office feel lived in again. I may not get another chance. You look suspiciously pleased, Grief. What happened? I'll complain when I'm dead. You see, I ran into certain complications, which have now resolved themselves in a most unexpected ta-da. It's a thing of beauty, a win-win for all. Or should I say an eat for all, including the people of this town. They say someone nicked the army's rations the other day. Is it true? You tell me. Why is bad Grief the first thing on your mind every time something goes missing? Is that who you think I am? So it wasn't you? Tell me honestly, I need to know. A theft is when you leave traces. If it's clean gone, it's sorcery. A plus here, a minus there, and a bunch of well-fed people somewhere. Catch my drift? Those soldiers shot unarmed steppe people dead for bringing them bad meat. You call that leaving no traces? Don't you pin the army's sins on me. I'm feeding the people of this town. The soldiers can chew gunpowder for all I care. They're just petty troublemakers who wouldn't dare to stand up to their general and mean it. You're feeding the people, free of charge. You want to have your cake and eat it. You want everybody to have their cake. But there are only so many cakes to go around in this town, so it's between starving soldiers and starving townsfolk. And I say, starving soldiers, I can live with that. The soldiers arrived 2 days ago, and you must have prepared your surprise the same night. What? You want to formally and officially rat me out? Okay. Shall I give you the exact time and location for your report, or will you sniff the details out on your own? On the contrary, I want to negotiate with you. You've been staying at Isidore's house, you say. The theft of provisions was the trigger that started it all. Can I use this to save my bull? When did the bull die? On day 9. But that happens in the morning. Okay, well, grief robbed the army as soon as they arrived. And that results in a bunch of steppe people dying, and Capella getting locked up. Which I suppose we could prevent. But also, I think there's an alternative to this quest. Well, with that, we're gonna end things here, guys. We got an ending, although a disappointing one. I know I was told not to walk the street, but I wanted to. How could I resist? How could I resist? Anyway, here's our sneak peek into day 11. This is a very long quest investigating these soldiers. And next time we'll continue along with all of these other quests we have to do. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.